and gentlemen, here are the Ravens!
Mike Tirico with Greg Olsen, the rookie, Tyler Luke, set to kick things off. Off we go here in Baltimore. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So here come the Bengals. And Greg, there is no denying the talent of this man. Joe Burrow led the league in passing yards and touchdowns a season ago.
And the expectations coming into this year for Joe Burrow and this Bengals offense, they're sky high. And I know last year the defense was the issue and they really struggled, but did their part. If the defense can have some improvement, they made a change at coordinator, they brought in some new personnel, the efficiency and the explosiveness of that offense is good enough not only to compete in the AFC, but to compete for a Super Bowl.
Now after that last play, we have an injured Raven. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. First run of the game here for Chase Brown. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Marlon Humphrey is there to bring him down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 40-yard line.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. Play action now. It's Burrow. Short one here to Hudson. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
A bit of a quick hitter here. And what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding him to just a short gain.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. To the middle of the field, caught by Higgins. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
1st down. A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Cincinnati.
When you call these double moves, you're going for broke. And you're looking to throw this ball over the head of the defense. So give a lot of credit to the defensive backs. Yes, it led to a completion, but this was not the big play the offense intended when the coordinator called that play.
They go play action for Burrow. He'll swing this one out to Brown. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
He was trying to get it to Jamar Chase. And it's going to be 3rd down.
And when you look down the field, Mike, there's just really nobody creating any real separation, and instead, he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested catch opportunity, but with the coverage as tight as it was, it just falls incomplete.
Higgins sent in motion. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete. Trying to connect with Chase Brown on that one. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
And not the greatest of results here. This is going to hit the field of play and continue out of bounds. So the Ravens will come out, and they are led by the man who's won the MVP twice and was the runner-up a season ago. Hard to believe it is year 8 for Lamar Jackson as the Ravens quarterback.
We had a couple of his games early in his career, and of course, all the way to his days back in college, his athleticism jumps off the screen. But Mike, these last couple years, his development as a true passer, his ability to operate from the pocket, that's what's really taken his game to this MVP level. And tell you what, we didn't think there was a lot more things that he could do on a football field, and it seems like every year he's proven otherwise.
Searching for his Pro Bowl tight end Mark Andrews that time. And it'll be second down. From the gun, Jackson. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
And
Rashad Bateman, the intended target. Third down coming up. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. He finds his receiver. That's Bateman. 12 yards on that hookup. Good for a Raven first down.
And the Baltimore first down. First and 10 at 47-yard line.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense opportunity to end as many as we can scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
The hold closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
He was taken down at the 50-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's second and 6. Jackson now from the 50. Now a screen set up for Henry. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
That's good for a Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Pistol, Jackson ready. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
It's one of those balls where the quarterback wishes there was a string. The second it came out of his hand, he wished he could just pull it back, because from the moment it left his hand, that looked like a sure interception, and the only reason it wasn't because the defender just flat out dropped it.
Jackson now on second down. Reaching for it, the tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete.
This pains me to say, Mike, because I love the idea of feeding the tight end, but you can only go his way so many times if it's not going to result in positive outcomes. So wouldn't be surprised to see him try to get his backs, his wide receivers, get some other guys involved, and then later in the game, go back to his big tight end.
On third down, Jackson. Throw over the middle, brought in by Hopkins. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down?
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. A nice job there making that happen.
Jackson will keep it himself. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on downs.
Fourth down, you want to make sure you give your quarterback the option to keep the ball in his hands, and that's exactly what they decided to do, and the defense was ready. They played assignment football, everyone did their job, and they come up with a huge fourth down stop.
The Bengals offense ready now for their second drive. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Burrow. Passing right side, and Chase has it. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
10 yards on the pickup.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
2nd down, Burrow. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker, and they convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that 1st down, but this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the 1st down.
Give him 13 on that screenplay, and a 1st down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the 1st down.
Now Brown. There he goes, inside the 30. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. That's another 1st down, another big play. The defense has some issues. Gain of 18.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass, and they can continue to generate these big explosive runs. I don't think they need to go away from it. So much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball on the perimeter of the defense really quickly, and it doesn't stress all of your backside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and with a defense that can run to the ball, we're able to get you down for a loss.
Oh, looking end zone, but it is out of the reach of the receiver and incomplete.
I could sit up here all day, Mike, and we could talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
Burrow from out of the gun here on 3rd down. Here's a shot toward the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. T. Higgins. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Evan McPherson now to kick the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Bengals will take a 7-0 lead.
7, Ravens nothing.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Justice Hill to return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense ready for their second possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he broke through the initial contact, winds up getting about 3. It's 2nd down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. They're going to go right back to Henry.
Henry, the ball carrier.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
Jackson from the gun on 3rd down. He'll try to run for it. A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a 1st down.
17 yards. And the Baltimore 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on 3rd down, Mike. You can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
He's got his tight end, Mark Andrews. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
So think back to earlier in the week, Mike, and they told us they want to get him going here early and often. So I'd expect plenty of passes to head his way as this game unfolds.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. A give right up the middle to Henry. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the 1st down. Nice gain of 5.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the 1st down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
On 1st down, they'll stay on the ground with Henry. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that 1st down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 1. They'll go again here with Henry. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. In motion goes Likely. On 3rd down, here's a run by Henry. It looks like he's going to have that 1st down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. They convert on 3rd down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the.
So, Mike, it's actually funny to say, but these are actually the kind of offensive possessions that defenses want you to have, right? So the idea on defense is make them snap it again, make them go the long way. So at some point, when they continue to get fresh sets of downs, expect them to try to get a big play, try to generate a chunk, and try to move the ball down the field at a quicker pace.
It's a big one for the Ravens. And even 30 yards.
1st down.
Really nice job getting this ball out to the edge, and then once he's able to get clear of the D-line, get vertical and accelerate down the sideline. That's a great run. He's forced out of bounds, but not before setting up 1st and goal.
And this one blown up. Good surge will drop him. A loss on the play, back to the 9-yard line. 1 quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. It's the Bengals on top. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. Raven football, quarter number 2 begins. Now from the 9, it'll be 2nd and goal. Jackson now, as they come up now, 2nd and goal.
Down in here in the low red zone, Mike, these windows are just so short. The field's a lot wider than it is deep, so it really changes the scheme and the progression of the quarterback, and nowhere really to go with the ball, and falls incomplete.
3rd and goal for Jackson. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And the drive stalls out as he's brought down. And the field goal unit likely to come on here on 4th and goal.
What a nice play defensively. It's always a bit of a challenge. How long do I stay in coverage defending my zone or my man? Or how fast do I come up and pursue a scrambling quarterback? They did a nice job rallying to the ball late. They're able to bring him down to force 4th down.
A 22-yard attempt.
He'll bang that one through. It's good. And the Ravens are on the board. It's 7-3.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Back to it now after that made field goal. Here's Luke to kick this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bengals offense and T. Higgins set to take over once more. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Burrow to throw. The middle of the field, that's taken in by Chase. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
13 yards.
That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. Going to get a stoppage here. We have an injured Bengal on the field. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 4. On the ground, here's Samaje Perine. And he'll finally be taken down at the Ravens' 27-yard line. A pickup there of 28 yards.
First down. A 28-yard gain.
Man, how nice is it to have a guy like this? He's your backup running back, but he's kind of a change of pace. He's got that home run ability, and he showed it there. That was a heck of a run.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. He'll work this out wide to Perine. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Burrow here on second down. That one thrown behind his target, and it'll be incomplete. T. Higgins, the intended receiver on that one. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
He's got it inside the 5. And the Bengals going to be set up with first and goal. They're able to convert on that 3rd and 3.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are so capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
They will not get this one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Still first down.
Now it is first and goal. Burrow. That's into the hands of Yosibas. And the tackle is made at about the 6.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Now second down throw for Burrow. His throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Noah Fant was the intended target. And now they'll be looking at 3rd and goal. Here's Burrow. And he's in. T. Higgins. Touchdown, Cincinnati. His second touchdown of this first half. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start to this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
McPherson now for the PAT. The kick is good. And the Bengals extend their advantage to 14-3.
14. Ravens 3.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. They'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. Play action now. Jackson. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up second
There's no
and
more
2
efficient play
at the
in the
30-yard
NFL, Mike,
line.
than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
On second down, here's a run with Henry. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Bateman is the motion man. He takes off, and he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short gain.
From the 34-yard line, here's second down and 9. On play action, here's Jackson. The throw, left side, caught by Andrews. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
And he's going to be shoved out of bounds after a gain of only a couple.
Out of bounds at midfield. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
Second and 7. From the gun, Jackson. A quick slant to Flowers. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Third and short, Jackson. He's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
You could see that he was trying to find something downfield, trying to take a shot there on third and short, but really nice job understanding there was nothing downfield, no need to force it. Get the ball underneath, get a fresh set of downs, and start over again.
They bring a tight end in motion left. Play clock has expired. They're not going to get this one off on time.
Still first down.
In motion comes Andrews. To the air one more time with Jackson.
I think the rest of those receivers in the huddle have all come to the realization that they might not be getting a target anytime soon. And frankly, I don't blame them. I mean, they're riding the hot hand, and rightfully so. Until this defense proves that they can stop him in the passing game, I expect the quarterback to just continue to go back to him time and time again.
Again, it's Jackson. Open man is Hopkins. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
A gain of 2 makes it 3rd and 11.
Jackson up top again. He'll try and set up the screen to Hill. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Well, when you call a screenplay, of course, you're looking to catch the defense off guard and pick up a chunk play. You're not thinking you're actually going to find yourself going backwards, but that's exactly the case here, and really nice job by the defense sniffing that one out.
On 4th down, the Ravens call on Jordan Stout to punt. Charlie Jones, the return man for the Bengals. And this will go down as a punt inside the 20 as it continues out of bounds. The Bengals offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
So the defense comes out in a cover 2 shell. What that means, Mike, is the 2 safeties are going to split the field in half. One guy has one half, and the other guy has the other. There are abilities to get down the middle of the field, especially if you have speed. But really where you can attack it is they don't have enough guys to defend all of the underneath zones, and if you run the right concepts with the right quarterback, you can pick them apart.
And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 39-yard line. They get 22 yards there. It's a Cincinnati first down.
At the 39-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
And he'll get this up to the 44. The veteran Kyle Van Noy in on the tackle.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 44-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 6. The tight end Fant in motion. Now Burrow. That's complete on the tight end screen. Loose inside the 30. And he will go all the way. Chase Brown. Touchdown, Bengals. Well, they get the running back out of the backfield, and Greg, we find him in the end zone, a touchdown pass.
Mike, we call those short throw, long run. It's every quarterback's dream. He's able to get the ball out of his hand to his intended target, and in this case, this guy, he does the rest.
On is McPherson for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bengals move out to a 21-3 advantage.
Ravens 3.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Here comes Hill on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Ravens offense ready to take over once again. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. Off the play fake, Jackson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Here comes 2nd and 4. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. Right back to Andrews. He's got another one. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
This one caught downfield by Flowers. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
That's another.
That one good for 29.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they can finish this thing off.
On first and 10, Jackson. He'll step up and run. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line. Now the Bengals are going to call the first of their timeouts, and they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go until halftime.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
What an important sequence this is, trying to get one of those scores back before halftime in a great spot. First down and goal. He slowed up quickly as he gets this down to the 6. Now the Ravens use their first timeout. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in the second quarter.
6-yard line.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
In motion comes Andrews. Jackson now on second down. That's hauled in at the 2. And he'll take it on in. Mark Andrews. Touchdown, Baltimore. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg. Could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
Tyler Luke now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Ravens get a bit closer here. It's now 21-10.
Bengals 21, Ravens 10.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Carly Jones now to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Bengals offense and running back Chase Brown headed back onto the field. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense will need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. First down throw for Burrow. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And he'll be driven out of bounds, and that's a pickup of 8.
Out of bounds at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
A good spot here, second and a yard. The tight end Fant in motion. Second down. Burrow. A throw behind his man. Can't reel it back in. And that'll go down as an incompletion.
They tried to go with the quick game here in hopes they could do something with it after the catch, but I don't think everyone was necessarily on the same page, and this ends up being a wasted down.
It's going to be third. They need one. Working out of the gun, Burrow. He's got a receiver. It's Chase. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down. Now timeout Cincinnati. That's their second, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Burrow to throw. Pass caught left side by Fant. And he's out of bounds on the pass play, but that's good for 8 yards.
Just short of midfield.
Here's second and 2. To throw is Burrow. He'll go underneath here, the running back out of the backfield. And he'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
First down.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend. Make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone. Defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
On the run to the right. This is incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down. Let's see what this call is. Burrow here on second down. There's Fant open right side. And he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, but now it's third down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really nice sequence of plays here defensively, not only to force the third and long, but then you really take away all of the quarterback's options downfield, left him with nothing really else to do but to just simply throw that one away.
Here's Ryan Rico now. They'll be looking for something a little better than that first effort, which he shanked. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line.
14-yard line.
Really? Are you kidding me?
And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. Halftime coming up, and we'll take you down to Scott Hansen for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to kickoff of this second half. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Ravens offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. In motion goes Likely. On play action, here's Jackson. The throw, left side, caught by Andrews. That'll change things. Out of bounds, inside the 35. A big one there to start the second half. 42 yards.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given. But it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else. And I think both of those things were on display there as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play. You know, Mike, early in my time in Carolina, we were kind of on the forefront of this NFL zone read revolution. Cam Newton, one of the best to ever do it. I have seen up close and personal, when you run the zone read the right way, it is a nightmare for a defense to defend.
And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
From the gun, Jackson. He's got Likely over the middle. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
They'll work straight ahead with Henry. And he'll find some way to turn this into positive yardage, struggling forward for a pickup of about 2.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Second down, Jackson. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins was the intended target for that one. Now it's going to be third down.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
On third down, Jackson. And this is caught on the sideline. Going to have the first down. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe not. They say the feet were out of bounds. Wow. Big, tight call there. For the moment, it'll be fourth down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Back to it now after that made field goal. Here's Luke to kick this one away. Jones now on the return. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Bengals offense ready for their first possession of this second half. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. First down and 10. The tight end Fant in motion. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. That's a gain of 19 and a very quick first down.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Here's Brown. And he'll get about 5.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for, and I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
They go play action for Burrow. That one knocked away, and it's incomplete. Marlon Humphrey, the man there to break that one up.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor, and this time it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Mike, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play.
That's on the 2024 first-rounder, Amarius Mims. So now, after the penalty, a much tougher prospect to convert. It is 3rd and 9. He's going to let it go deep for Chase. That is caught. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal. Burrow finds Chase for a big one. A gain of 48.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's 2nd and goal.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
They motion a receiver right. Now 2nd down throw for Burrow. He's got it at the 3. And he's close to the goal line but didn't get in. Good job to make sure he doesn't cross the plane, and now it's 3rd and goal.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line. I think this is one of those cases, Mike, where simple is better than creative. They try to get fancy, and not only do they not get the ball into the end zone, they don't even get the ball back to the original line of scrimmage. We're going to see here, this could end up costing them 6 points.
A 22-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good, and the Bengals will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
McPherson now, after making the field goal, is set to kick this one off. Here comes Hill on the return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense make their way out to take over once more. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. In motion comes Andrews. Jackson now to throw on 1st down. He'll swing this out wide to Henry. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
10 yards on the pickup.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
It's a zone read, and Jackson's going to keep it. And he's got it. 1st down. A pickup of 4.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run game. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
On the handoff, it's Henry. And the strength on display, rambling through tacklers for a gain of 8 yards.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Quick throw here, taken by Hopkins. And he's going to be run out after a gain of about 6, but that'll be good enough for a 1st down.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
Has some room inside the 30. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. A pickup there of 19 yards. 1st down, Baltimore.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
On 2nd down, Jackson again. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Jackson from the gun on 3rd down. Quick slant into the hands of the speedy Flowers. A gain there of 10 yards. Good for a Raven 1st down.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on 3rd down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to, and certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
And he's in! Derrick Henry. Touchdown, Ravens. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? they've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Now Jackson and the Ravens will try to tack on 2 more.
The Ravens will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They're going to try to run it in. And he cannot get in. The try for 2 comes up empty, so unable to get within a field goal. The difference remains 5. Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Out comes Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense to take over once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. Burrow now to throw on first down. He'll swing this one out to Brown. Down the right sideline. That'll change things. Out of bounds inside the 35. A huge play there for the Bengals. 42 yards.
What I love most about this was just the ability of the quarterback, Mike, to so quickly go through his progression. You see early on at the top of his drop, his eyes are downfield. Quickly realizes there's not a lot of opportunities downfield. Check it down to your back and see if he can pick up the rest after the catch and move the chains with his legs. He just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
To the left side, caught by Chase. He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 15. That catch puts him over the 100-yard mark here tonight, and it gives the team a first down.
Well, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not.
And he's in! Chase Brown. Touchdown, Bengals. He had the touchdown catch earlier. This time he takes it in on the ground.
That's a heck of a run right there, and I can't tell you, Mike, how many running backs coaches I've heard over the years say, your responsibility with the ball is to make the first guy miss. We can't block everybody on the field. That's the role of a good running back, and you see it here. All it takes is one missed tackle to get this guy in space, and he's able to do the rest with his legs and take it all the way.
McPherson now for the PAT. He knocks it through, and the Bengals will extend this third quarter lead.
31, Ravens 19.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Here comes Hill on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Derrick Henry heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. In motion goes Likely. On 1st down, they'll start the drive with Henry. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick 1st down.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up 1st downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Looking for his tight end there, but led him too far. It's an incompletion.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Jackson now on 2nd down. That is caught. It is Hopkins. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. It's a pickup of 12. 1st down, Baltimore.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start. And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 5. That's to the tight end, Kohler. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll have more Thursday Night Football after this. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. He's got it at the 7, and he will score! Game on! Jay Flowers! Touchdown, Baltimore! Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
On is Luke to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Ravens have cut the deficit to 5.
Makes the score Bengals 31, Ravens 26.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. Jones now on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Out comes Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense to take over once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. A carry here for Brown. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
He's brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Short one there to his tight end, Fant. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. The tight end Fant in motion. Second down, Burrow. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Really nice coverage there defensively, and here you find yourself in a one-score game. Like, he understands the value of protecting the ball. Really smart decision. Throw it away, snap it again.
This one complete to Higgins, and he is very close to the first down, but an eyeball, he is shy of it, and they say it's 4th and inches.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Good hang time. The fair catch will be made back at their own 12. Derrick Henry heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. On the give, here's Henry.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
And 11 at the 12-yard line.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Bateman is the motion man. Play action now. Jackson. A pass pulled in by Henry. We'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Back to throw, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or kick a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
On the return is Jones. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Out comes Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense to take over once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. On 1st and 10, Burrow. He'll find Case, that's complete. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 8. The tight end Fant in motion. Burrow here on 2nd down. This one not quite on target. Not him too much. That one falls incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Working out of the gun, Burrow. This one just too far for the receiver out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
This one has plenty of leg, and it is good. A big 3 points as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
McPherson, after making the field goal, is set to kick this one off. Here comes a return from the 5. Oh, and he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Ravens offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. In motion goes Likely. They'll run out of the gun with Henry. And he'll only get it to the 26-yard line, setting up 2nd and long.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
In motion comes Andrews. 2nd down, Jackson. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Isaiah Likely. And 3rd down coming up. From the gun, Jackson. That's caught right side. It's Hopkins. He's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll send Flowers in motion. Out of the gun, here's a give to Henry. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
They'll go with the sneak. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
They'll try to throw here with Jackson. He'll throw it left and has his running back. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 50-yard line.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 7. In motion goes Likely. Throwing Jackson. Left side, caught by Andrews. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Really nice job there defensively, playing the integrity of that zone defense so well. Anytime an offense is running these crossing routes or these underneath drag routes, they're trying to cause confusion with the underneath zone defenders. In this case, they all stuck to their reads, they all played their responsibilities, and they're not able to pick up any additional yards after the catch. So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation. At that down and distance, they had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. Jamar Chase headed back out there along with the rest of his Bengal teammates. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. Burrow fires quick to Higgins.
Complete to T. Higgins. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 19-yard line.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. On a run, it's P-Run. Down at the 21, a gain of 1.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
That's over the middle and take it in. He's got it. That'll be a gain of 20, much of it coming after the catch as they pick up the first down.
First down. First and 10.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock, but the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the 4th quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that third down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again. Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
Now a second down throw for Burrow. That one incomplete.
I don't think this lead is insurmountable by any means, Mike, but they're going to have to find a way to take advantage of some of these possessions as they try to close this game out.
This crowd into it now as we get to third down. Now, Burrow. That one completes to the tight end, Hudson. Now the Ravens use their first timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
A gain of 12. First down, Cincinnati.
They'll run here with Brown. Open space to the 35. And he's got another one. Chase Brown. Touchdown, Bengals. His big night continues. His third touchdown of the game. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a two-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a two-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
On is McPherson for the extra point. He's got it. And the Bengals will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Ravens 26.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Here comes Hill on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. They'll start out first down and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
To throw is Jackson. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
12 yards to go.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
Here's Lamar. He'll keep it on the zone read. He'll take this forward for about 5.
Good decision by the quarterback. In this situation, all you're looking to do is have a positive play. He decides to pull it, and that's exactly what he's able to do.
It is second down and 5. They'll drop to throw. He'll take off again. And he is out of bounds at the 31-yard line. That one good for 26 yards.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of a defense, and we saw it again here.
Jackson going to keep it himself, and he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
Oftentimes, the more success you have as a quarterback keeping the ball, the more attention that you're going to get from the defense, and I think that's exactly the case here. They've been burned a few times by this guy already today, but this time they were ready for him.
Now, Jackson. And this is going to be caught, but they say out of bounds. So, incomplete pass.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
They'll try to run for it.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
Here we go. This is 4th down. Jackson. And he's going to go down. The pressure too much. And that should wrap this one up as they have to give it up on downs.
So the key to this 4th down stop defensively was their ability to flush the quarterback out of the pocket. Anytime you can do that, you shrink the field, you limit the quarterback's options, and in this case, he can't find anyone, and ultimately, he goes down for a huge 4th down stop.
The defense can stop it twice more as the kneel down comes. So this one, a win for the visiting Bengals. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. In the end, a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that is the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Baltimore, we wish you a terrific night.